The rest of the world is falling apart because they're quarantined, and we live like this every single day. That COVID quarantine is a way of life for our generation. That is fucked up. Just think about that for a second. It's not that we're more, like, the fact that we're adapted to COVID is fucking terrifying. And I don't know that we can do this, but we're going to try. So we're going to try to train coaches, or we have trained coaches, and it's actually pretty good. I'm understating things. So we collected data for 8 weeks, and we saw that the coaches can actually help people. So we're going to do this, right? Because here's the problem. Here's what Healthy Gamer is about. She asked me, why did I start streaming? So I'll tell you guys. And this is why we're trying to raise money. So if you guys subscribe or donate or whatever, like, thank you very much. This is what we're about. So 2 years ago, I posted on Reddit. I said, I'm a psychiatrist who's interested in video game addiction. Ask me anything. Post hit the front page, a lot of great responses. And then people started reaching out to me. And I was like, oh, fuck. People think like, oh, this isn't that wonderful? That, oh, like, oh, you're famous. Oh, Harvard. Oh my goodness. Front page. Oh, so wonderful. I was actually terrified. My response was abject terror. Because what I heard from people over and over and over again is like, help me. And then I said, I can't. And then the next person said, help me. And I said, I can't. And the next person said, help me. And I said, I can't. And that happened like literally a couple of thousand times. And then I was like, oh, fuck. There is a huge problem out there, and like no one knows. Amidst COVID going on, I want you guys to think about this for a second, okay? When COVID happened, we tweeted out, we said, how are you guys dealing with COVID? And the response that we got is that it's actually not that bad. It's not very different from my regular life. And so my first thought was, oh, that's pretty cool. Like, people are more adaptive towards, COVID because they're gamers. But then another part of me like jumped up and thought something really horrible. The rest of the world is falling apart because they're quarantined, and we live like this every single day. That COVID quarantine is a way of life for our generation. That is fucked up. Just think about that for a second. It's not that we're more, like, the fact that we're adapted to COVID is fucking terrifying. Right? That there's a growing population of people who lives like this day in and day out. The rest of the world is fucking falling apart, and we're like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? Just stay at home. Oh, you can't get your nails did? Like, who the fuck cares? Right? But there's a generation of people who lives in quarantine their whole life. We heard it from Anita. She was agoraphobic for years. Right? The world is a dangerous place. We don't want to live out there. And what I heard from people was even more disturbing was that I went out and I saw a psychiatrist. I saw a therapist, because that's what everyone says. Like, oh, you're fucked up. Go see a psychologist. Like, get fixed. You're ill. You have depression. It's an illness. Right? It's an illness. It's not your fault, man. It's an illness. It's just something's wrong with you. Like, your neurochemistry's fucked up, man. It's not your fault. You're just, something's broken in your brain. Go and get that fixed, and then you'll be fine. And they do that. They go and they see a psychiatrist. Psychiatrist talks to them for 45 minutes. Says, yeah, you have depression. Because they check their DSM checklist, right? We have a checklist of things that, okay, if you meet 5 out of 9 criteria, you have depression. Sleep, change in interest, guilt, lower energy level, concentration, appetite, sluggish, and suicidality. If you have 5 out of 9 of those, you're depressed. And then they give them a pill. And they, gamer, reject, lifelong quarantiner, goes home and he takes his pill and he says, ha ha ha, I'm fixed. I'm cured. And then they log on and they play video games. And then the next day, ha ha, I am cured. I'm going to take my pill. Take their pill every single day, and they continue playing their games and nothing changes in their life. And then these fuckers reach out to me. They're like, can you help me? Because you seem to understand something that these other people don't understand. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Why did I start streaming on Twitch? It's because of oh, fuck. It's because when Anita was at the meat market as a child, she saw a rabbit that was in a cage that was going to get butchered. And so she tried to do something about it. Y'all are my rabbit. Right? I see the rest of the world not doing for us what we need. I see a mental health system that is too old. The average age of a psychiatrist in America is like 55. Too old, too slow. How long does it take to get an appointment? Oh, 3 months? Do you have 3 months to waste? In a sense, yes, because you guys aren't fucking doing anything. But in a sense, no, because if you're like a sophomore in college and you get Fs for 3 months, your academic career is ruined. And it's too expensive, right? How much does it? I mean, my hourly rate is astronomical, and I see a lot of people for free, and that's why I charge an astronomical rate. But it's expensive. Health insurance is expensive depending on where you live. Wait times are super long. They'll see you for 12 sessions. We've heard horror stories. Who was it? Ingrid, a couple of weeks ago, or like 1 week ago, told us the story of how she went to see a psychiatrist. She was waiting for 45 minutes into her appointment. The guy talks to her for 5 minutes, says, "I can't help you," and sends her out the door. Like, what the fuck? The mental health system is not meeting our needs right now. And it's so much more than just mental illness, right? There are like so many problems. Like we don't have forward momentum. We rack up tens of thousands of dollars of debt for jobs that pay us $25,000 a year. Like something is fucked up. And you know, I don't necessarily think it's our fault. And so what am I going to do about it? What am I going to do about it, right? That's the question. Like, what am I going to do? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start streaming on Twitch. And then the number of people that ask me for help increased. Now we get thousands per month asking for help. So what the fuck? Like, what am I going to do about that? Or am I just going to say like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't help you. I only have 24 hours in a day. That's what I did for a while. And then I felt bad about myself. I was like, I have to do something. Like, I can't just say, no, I'm sorry, I can't help you. I got to do something. So I was like, okay, fuck. So we're going to start training people. And like, can I teach people to help other people? That's where our coaching program was born. Because I don't think that streaming is enough. Like, I know that AoE healing is awesome, and I believe that people get healed, but it's not enough, right? We got to do something about it. And so this is where our coaching program is born. This is why we have a Discord. This is